Good evening, everyone. This is Melissa Thomas with Florida National News coming to you with the evening news rundown for your Monday, September 28th, 2020. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. And as always, we'd like to extend a reminder to anyone looking to advertise with us or even sponsor one of our many segments or advertise on our websites. Please shoot us an email at ads@floridanationalnews.com. And as always, we'd like to open our evening news rundown segment with the latest COVID-19 reports globally here in the United States and in the state of Florida. So globally, the World Health Organization reports over 33 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 and almost a million confirmed deaths for the day, a million almost in one day. Now, jumping here to the United States, Johns Hopkins University is reporting over 7.1 million confirmed cases and over 204,000 confirmed deaths, nearly 205,000 now. Here in the state of Florida, the Department of Health is reporting over 701,000 confirmed cases and over 14,000 confirmed deaths. Now, jumping into our world story, Australia is beginning to ease back some of its COVID-19 restrictions as the caseload begins to decrease, particularly in the region of Victoria. So this is some good news for Victoria, Australia. The premier there said that due to the cases slowing to fewer than 20 cases a day, they're easing their social distancing restrictions. Now, Victoria, which reported only 16 COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, they had placed nearly 5 million residents in the capital, Melbourne, under one of the world's most stringent lockdowns since early August. Now, with the cases well below the record one-day high of more than 700 cases back in August, State Premier Daniel Andrews said that some curbs, including a night curfew, will be removed almost immediately. The remaining curbs could be relaxed earlier with restrictions eased when case numbers hit certain triggers. But Victoria State previously said most restrictions would remain in place until the end of November. So we'll continue to keep you updated. The accelerated timetable for removing restrictions across Victoria is a boost to Australia's ailing economy. And you'll see that here in the state of Florida when I get to that in a moment. The outbreak in Victoria dented any hope of a quick economic rebound as Australia entered its first recession in 3 decades, and effective unemployment surpasses 10% there. Now, in an immediate boost to the economy, Victoria State said 127,000 workers will be allowed to return to work today, which is a rise of 30,000 on its previous plan earlier this month. More than 1 million people in Victoria have been receiving wage subsidies from the federal government after large swaths of the state were ordered to shut down back in August to slow the spread of the virus. Now, the restrictions, however, have prevented a national second wave. So a bit of a double-edged sword, but good news for the state of Victoria in Australia. Jumping here to the United States, you guys have heard us reporting for you about the Midwest seeing some high numbers. And there are several Midwestern states that are continuing to see record numbers of cases. So a quick update there. 4 U.S. states in the Midwest reported record one-day increases. And in the last week, 7 mostly Midwest states have reported record one-day rises in new infections, including Minnesota, Montana, Oregon, South Dakota, Utah, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Minnesota and Utah reported record cases 2 days in a row. Now, all Midwestern states except Ohio reported more cases in the past 4 weeks as compared to the prior 4 weeks. Some of the new cases are likely related to an increase in the number of tests performed. In the last week, the United States has performed over 1 million COVID-19 tests. However, hospitalizations have also surged in the Midwest. You guys heard us talk about that on Friday, and are not influenced by the number of tests performed. So there'll be some deeper research on that. Wisconsin, South Dakota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, and Wyoming have also seen record numbers of hospitalized COVID-19 patients in the past week. Now, cases have also begun rising again in the Northeast, including the early epicenters of New York and New Jersey. And as you guys know, the death toll here in the United States has passed the 200,000 mark. We're actually about to enter into the 205,000 mark. So as always, we exhort you guys to continue to stay careful, practice your social distancing, wash your hands, sanitize them, glove them, whatever you got to do, and make sure to wear your mask as well. Now, jumping here to the state of Florida, coming back to what I was mentioning before about the reopening and as it relates to the economy, Governor Ron DeSantis, as of Friday, went ahead and reopened the state of Florida. He issued an executive order for the state of Florida to enter phase 3 of reopenings. Restaurants can be open from 50% capacity all the way to full capacity now. He feels that 6 months is a long enough time to have restrictions on any particular business. He said, quote, every business has a right to operate. You can't just say no after 6 months and have people twisting in the wind. So he said municipalities must justify any rules limiting restaurant capacity between 50 and 100%. He made the announcement from the Birchwood, which is a St. Petersburg hotel, which includes a restaurant and popular rooftop bar. We wanted to make the announcement that even they are able to fully reopen. Florida had been in phase 2 for over 3 months. So he made the announcement Friday and the executive order that, the state of Florida is fully reopened. Earlier in the month, he had allowed bars to reopen. Of course, they had shut down after phase 2 of the reopening after the spike of COVID-19 cases, because not a lot of people were following the COVID-19 safety precautions. So many of those cases had traced back to bars, so they had to shut down again, but he has allowed the bars to reopen as well. Now, Florida, which was once considered an epicenter of the pandemic, has seen decreasing numbers since hitting the peak back in the summer. So the Florida Department of Health hasn't reported over 10,000 cases daily since back in July. The average number of cases per day now in the last couple of weeks has been around 2,700. So again, just continue to stay safe and careful. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick commercial break and come back with some more stories for you. Stay tuned.
At Duke Energy, we deliver electricity and so much more, like free home energy assessments, rebates for energy-saving improvements, payment options to help you better manage your budget, and even bill credits for helping the community use less energy. So no matter what you're doing, we can help you make better energy choices every day. It's just another way we bring power to your life. How much can you save?
All right, guys, welcome back to the Evening News Rundown. As you guys have likely heard by now, President Trump has named Amy Coney Barrett to replace Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg in the U.S. Supreme Court. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated on that. He made the statement on Saturday saying he was nominating her, of course, a conservative federal appeals court judge. And he called it, quote, a very proud moment indeed. He called Barrett a woman of towering intellect and, quote, unyielding loyalty to the Constitution, who would rule based solely on the fair reading of the law. Now, in a flag-bedecked rose garden designed to mimic Ginsburg's own nomination ceremony back in '93, President Trump recounted Barrett's educational and professional background, noted her 7 children, and hailed her ties to another late Supreme Court Justice, Antonin Scalia, for whom she clerked. He said, quote, I looked and I studied, and you are very eminently qualified for this job. You are going to be fantastic. In her remarks, Barrett offered a glimpse of what type of justice she would be and did not dive into any specifics. She said, quote, a judge must apply the law as written. Judges are not policymakers. She said, quote, if confirmed, I would not assume the role for the sake of those in my own circle, and certainly not for my own sake. I would assume this role to serve you. Barrett herself said Saturday she was under no illusions about how difficult her confirmation might be. And we here at Florida National News will continue to keep you guys updated on that. Now, jumping back here to the state of Florida, as is connected to Florida, the state of Florida reopening, several of the theme parks have already issued their responses to Governor Ron DeSantis' executive order about restaurants being able to fully reopen. And the theme parks are continuing to remain cautiously optimistic. They're continuing to remain careful. One particular resort, Walt Disney World, said, quote, we received the governor's executive order and are evaluating it to determine what it may mean for our business. We're not making any immediate changes. As a reminder, face coverings are still required at Walt Disney World Resort. Legoland, for their part, said, quote, since our reopening on June 1st, Legoland Florida Resort has safely welcomed families to play in our parks and stay in our resorts with enhanced health and safety measures, including more than 200 hand sanitizer locations, cashless payments, temperature checks upon arrival, and consistent cleaning practices. Our resort and company leadership will continue to evolve these procedures and capacity management to remain in line with state and local government recommendations so families can continue to have the confidence to play safely at our resort. And then Zoo Tampa also released a statement saying, quote, we plan to continue with our modified operations, which include reduced capacity, enhanced sanitation, requiring masks in all indoor locations, and ensuring that our guests maintain social distances at all times. So it's good that the resorts are continuing to remain careful. In the meantime, we're going to take another quick commercial break and come back with your business and sports stories. Stay tuned.
this time we fought side by side. We trained together. We lost together. And now, you're the only one standing in my way. It's been a while, old friend.
Welcome back to the Evening News Rundown. In our business story, Hawaiian Airlines is now offering COVID-19 tests for travelers, and they're actually the second airline to do so. Starting on October 15th, they will offer passengers heading to the Aloha State a drive-through PCR test, according to the FDA. Testing will take place at the airline's labs near the Los Angeles and San Francisco international airports. The FDA describes PCR tests as a type of molecular COVID-19 test. Just a quick reminder there. People who test negative within 3 days of departure won't be required to follow Hawaii's 14-day quarantine when they get there, according to the announcement. Hawaiian Airlines is offering the droplet digital PCR shallow nasal swab test in partnership with Worksite Labs. According to the announcement, those tests are, quote, the gold standard of COVID-19 screening. Passengers can pay $60 to get their results within 36 hours or $150 to get day of travel express service, according to the announcement. So if you want to find out that day, just drop the $150 to find out. Now, though the airline is only offering testing near the Los Angeles and San Francisco airports when it begins the program in October, Hawaiian Airlines did say it plans to expand to other airports soon. It also says it plans to partner with other labs to offer more testing. In a statement, they said, quote, as Hawaii's leading airline, it is critical to ensure that access to testing does not impede travel to Hawaii for visitors or our kama'aina, or residents. Abby Manis, who's Hawaiian Airlines Senior Vice President, said that, Vice President of Marketing said that in a statement. Now, United Airlines was the first US airline to announce that it would be offering COVID-19 rapid tests to passengers. German airline Lufthansa also announced this week that it would be offering passengers rapid COVID-19 testing as well, starting in October. So jumping into our sports story, for anyone who's a Buck fan, congratulations. You guys will be able to attend the next home game, which should be coming up this weekend. So some exciting news. You probably hear that from Casey as well when she does her FNN sports take as well. So welcome back to Ray J when that happens, the beautiful Raymond James Stadium. They made the announcement on Saturday that they will allow fans inside the stadium at a reduced capacity following the executive order signed by Governor DeSantis on Friday, which allowed Florida to go to phase 3, the final phase to reopen. Now, the team says season pass members will be permitted inside the stadium beginning next Sunday during the soft opening against the LA Chargers. According to the Buccaneers, season pass members with continuous membership since 1998 or earlier will have the initial opportunity to purchase a limited number of tickets beginning on October 1st. Now, starting with the team's October 18th game against the Green Bay Packers, seating at Ray J will be at approximately 25% capacity. The Buccaneers said at this time, all season pass members who kept their 2020 season pass payments as a credit towards 2021 will be able to purchase limited tickets for up to 2 games from the remainder of the 2020 home schedule as part of the priority pre-sale. Additional games may be offered in the future based on availability and tenure. Tickets through the priority pre-sale for the remainder of the season will go on sale starting Monday, October 5th. Tampa Bay Buccaneers COO Brian Ford said, quote, the safety of all involved has been our number one priority throughout this process. There simply is no way to replicate the energy and excitement that our fans provide for our players on the field. We remain thankful for the opportunity to experience this great season alongside our most passionate fans at Raymond James Stadium. Now, the Buccaneers and the Tampa Bay Sports Authority say they have developed a comprehensive stadium reopening plan to help ensure the safety of all fans who attend games the remainder of the season. Now, changes to the fan experience will feature a variety of safety measures, including socially distanced seating, of course, the implementation of full mobile ticketing and cashless transactions, the installation of touchless hardware in the restrooms, enhanced sanitation measures, and additional food prep safety protocols at all the concession areas. So some exciting news there. So we're going to take one final commercial break and we're going to wrap up with your entertainment story. Stay tuned, guys.
There's more than one way to enjoy a Moreno Bakery custom cake. You could smash it, swipe it, love it, cut it, devour it. Moreno Bakery, for every slice of life.
All right, welcome back to the Evening News Rundown as we wrap up with your entertainment story. Disney Plus is set to launch a drive-in festival in Santa Monica, California, coming up in October. So here's a list of several of the films that it will premiere or run during the drive-in festival, starting Monday, October 5th with The Right Stuff. That's a red carpet premiere, after which point they will actually also run that on Disney Plus. The following day, Tuesday, you have Disney's Tangled. On Wednesday, you have Coco, followed by Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Hocus Pocus, The Sound of Music Sing-Along, and Marvel Studios' Captain Marvel. And of course, the following Monday, October 12th, another red carpet premiere of Clouds. So if you're in that area and you're interested, you can get your tickets at disneyplus.com/drive-in. A couple of other important details there. Each evening will also include either a classic animated short, a popular episode of The Simpsons, or a trailer for an upcoming Disney Plus Originals project. The festival will operate under social distancing guidelines to protect guests and staff, and safety measures such as face coverings will be required for patrons when interacting with attendants or exiting their vehicles. Congregating outside the vehicles will not be allowed in accordance with state and county requirements. Capacity at the Barker Hangar in Santa Monica, where the festival will take place, will be limited, and reservations for each vehicle are required in order to attend, with 4 guests allowed in each vehicle. Starting September 28th, Disney fans, meaning today, Disney fans can register for complimentary tickets via the Disney Plus Drive-In Festival website. So again, if you're in that area, have a blast. That sounds absolutely fun. In the meantime, guys, that does it here for us at the Evening News Rundown. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. If you haven't yet, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow, all that fun stuff. You'll find us at Florida National News on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And on YouTube, not only click the subscribe button, but also click the little bell icon to make sure you get the notifications for all of our shows. All right, we have a full lineup. In the meantime, just a quick reminder for anyone looking to advertise, you can shoot us an email at ads@floridanationalnews.com to find out more. But that does it for us here. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Monday evening. Take care.